Hey, and welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to show you a quick and simple way to speed paint some Kruleboyz Gutrippaz. Nice and simple, get them ready for the tabletop. First we're going to begin by priming the model white. I like using a white base coat because it's nice and simple and it makes the colours really stand out and it gives you the more definition with the colours you use. With the skin, we're going to start by using the SpeedPaints Camo Cloak. It's a nice green, it's sort of like a muddy green, so it's not too bright. And I think it's a better skin tone for the Kruleboyz considering they're meant to be in a swamp environment. So this green suits it a lot better than a bright orc skin that you would normally see. And as always with the speed paint, just be careful not to catch any of the other areas that you want to paint with a different colour, as sometimes it can be really difficult to cover the other colour. If you do make a mistake, just get a wet damp brush next to you and quickly just go over the area just to soak up that excess paint. As you're painting the skin, just make sure you check all the areas because some of them have an odd ear sticking out the top of the hood, or half the face covered by the other side of the shroud that they've got over them. So just double check everything. If you miss something, don't worry, the paint will still be on your palette. You can always go back and touch up anything you've missed as you go along. The next colour we're going to use is the SpeedPaints Dark Wood. I really like this colour. It's a very nice, again what it says, dark wood, but it works really well for dark cloth. So paint all the cloth areas around his waist. Be careful not to get the belt or any other straps you see, and also the shroud that's on his head and any other cloth that are hanging off his shoulders. Just remember to get them with the dark wood. Again, if you miss anything, it's on your palette, you can touch it up as you go along. It's not the end of the world. Next we're going to use Gravelord Grey and we're going to paint the wooden handle of the spear. Instead of using dark wood, if we use Gravelord Grey, it would give it a sort of burnt black wood look, which will make it stand out from the rest of the model instead of looking at it and it's all brown. For the straps around the legs and also the belt, we're going to use the SpeedPaints Hardened Leather, which is obviously a slightly different colour brown, but it does stand out when you look at the model, so it doesn't all blend in. Again, looking at the whole model and all you see is brown. With this, you're going to have slightly different shades, which will separate the elements. For the last main big area we're going to use the speed paint on, we're going to use a mixture of Slaughter Red and Fire Giant Orange. We're going to mix Slaughter Red 2 to 1 part Fire Giant Orange and then mix them in. My hope was to give the shield a bit of an orange tinge. Don't know if it worked. If you don't want to mix them, you can always go straight with Blood Red and that'd do the job. I just wanted to try and add that little bit of orange into it like you see in the box art. You can, if you want to, try and avoid the teeth and then paint them up, but I thought it's a shield. Just paint the whole thing one colour and it's ready for the tabletop then. Next we're going to move on to the metallic areas. So for all the metallic areas, I'm using Metal and Alchemy by Scale 75. The colour I'm using is Heavy Metal, but you can use any sort of light silver you like. So if you're looking at Army Painter paints, then Shining Silver will be the one I'd use. But whatever colour silver you want to use or you have to hand, use that and just literally cover the belt buckle, the knee pads, the shoulder pads and also the spear tip, all in the same colour metallic. I forgot to mention earlier in the video, but why you have the Gravelord Grey, if your miniature is standing on a rock or anything like that, then feel free to use Gravelord Grey to paint it so it looks like a rock. While we're waiting for the metallics to dry, we might as well get a black paint, any black paint you got, whatever brand you're using, and just paint the base rim. If you based it, then it might be a good idea to paint all the base up, but I'm literally just going for a bog standard black base all round, just so it makes the model stand out. Now with the metallic paint dry, we're now going to do a wash by using 1 part Gravelord Grey to 3 parts SpeedPaints Medium. Mix that together and go over all the metallic areas and that will give a bit more definition. I would use the metallic SpeedPaints paints, but I don't have them at the moment. I'm still using the original 1.0 set. The final thing we're going to do before calling this miniature tabletop ready is we're going to take the Army Painter Speed Paint Plasmatic Bolt, and basically we're going to act as a bit of weathering. So we're going to use it on all the metal, like where the nuts and bolts are holding the armour. We're just going to dab a bit there just to give it a bit of contrast in colour. And there you have it, a quick and simple speed painted gut ripper. You could easily knock out a unit of these in an evening if you are batch painting them all in one line in no time at all, and you would have a unit ready. If you like the video, please like it, subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you again for watching. Enjoy your painting.